Hello, everybody. I don't have too much time today because the internet is kind of garbage, and I have to go to work in literally 15 minutes. I gotta head down, call Uber, and that takes like a million years. But you know, I don't know. I just felt compelled today, to speak my mind because I felt like a liar for a little bit now. I'll explain in a second. But I hope you but I hope you understand why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I have to say what I have to say because it's really important. But the point of the matter is that I've been doing this reread of the expanded universe. I mean, all the stuff from the prequel era and Dawn of the Jedi, that was all first time viewing. But I'm getting the Return of the Jedi. I'm really starting to realize how utterly stupid the expanded universe is. It is, not consistent and just not good stories, like completely over the top and stupid and bad. Every single one of them, and and it wasn't even canon. So like, why even talk about it anymore? I think what I'm gonna do, moving the rest of the year, is move on to only canon novels and shows and stuff like that, and even the non-canon stuff coming out like Ronin, Visions, because even if it's not anything, it's got Disney's stamp of approval, which automatically means that it's great. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to quickly provide some evidence, um, you know, as to why my mindset has changed and why the EU was never canon and why I'm sick and tired of it. I almost gave it up last year, but then somebody convinced me to go back to it, a loser. So then I went back to it, but I'm like, there's no reason to because it's utter garbage. Every single piece of the EU media is just absolute cringe and be ignored at all costs because it's bad. Um, Obviously. So let me just provide some quick facts, because obviously that's what we're all here for, and that's mostly hopefully I'm sounding okay because this is very important information I have to share with all of you so that way you remember and know this stuff. So let me know in the comments if I'm sounding like a robot or not because this is very important stuff, guys. Okay? Just remember what important stuff is. Okay. So in the Star Wars Gamer 6, Sue Stoney of Lucas Licensing editor said that canon refers to an authoritative list of books that Lucas Licensing editors consider an authentic part of the official Star Wars history. Our goal is to present a continuous and unified history of the Star Wars galaxy insofar as that does not conflict with or undermine the meaning of Mr. Lucas's Star Wars saga of films and screenplay. Weird, because it was obviously just lies and deceptions made by this person. And then you have Liz Sheep, the keeper of the holocron for Lucas Licensing, in August 4th of 2004. The continuity database administrator, said when canon, there's one overall continuity. Weird, right? Because it was never canon, obviously. Keep making all these lies, obviously. People that were at the company kept lying to us for years and years. I can't. I gotta finish. I'm leaving the expanding universe, Sivert. So I gotta, finish explaining why that's the case, and then I gotta head to work. So this isn't gonna be a very long stream. I'm just expressing my hatred of the expanding universe and leaving. You know, you know. Howard Rothman, president of Lucas Licensing, interview with The Wire in 2008 of August. He said, we set parameters. It had to be an important extension of the continuity and had to have an external integrity with the events portrayed in the films. Closely tending the canon was paying off with fans. Essentially, all the new comics, books, novels, and games are prequels and sequels of one another. Weird, right? Why would they go through all that effort? It was, all, fan fiction. Oh, Bob Cooper, editor of Dark Horse Comics Classic, letter to the editor section of Classic Star Wars #8 in April 1993, said, "Be assured that nothing Star Wars related that Dark Horse publishes escapes the scrutiny of Mr. Lucas." But, George never cared about the EU ever. Ever. Um, we got Mark Codavaz, The Secrets of Shadows of the Empire, in 1996, said that continuity has been the supreme commandment at Lucasfilm for Shadows and all of its Star Wars projects. The company has made the decision to not only expand its universe, but have it unfold as a seamless chronicle. Whether a new star system is explored in a novel or a scene is set in an ancient Jedi days from a comic series, nothing can contradict the history or logic of what has gone before. To keep it all straight, there is the canon, a timeline of major events and lifespan of main characters prepared by the continuity editors of Lucasfilm and considered the in-house Bible of the Star Wars universe. But I mean, why go through all that effort, right? It was never canon. So weird of them. Doesn't make much sense. I think they're full of baloney, obviously. I mean, the thing about Star Wars is that there's one universe. That's what Leland Shee says. Everyone wants to know stuff like, where did Mace Windu get that purple lightsaber? You want to establish that there's one and only one answer. That was from an interview with The Wire in 2008 with Leland Shee. Basically, everything except those items marked with an Infinity logo, i.e. the Star Wars Tales comics, is considered canon. Sue Rustoni, Lucas Books and Lucas Licensing Managing Editor, May 30th, 2003. So weird. These people make no sense because obviously the Star Wars Expanded Universe is inferior to the Disney timeline, and I'm surprised that people haven't abandoned it. You have all these losers on the internet that are talking about the Star Wars Expanded Universe as if it means anything. Like just give up, like you absolute morons and losers. Like just move on. You're like an ex who has a girlfriend and just won't let go. Like it's time to move forward. Move forward with your life, guys. Stop clinging to the past. You binguses, just move forward. It's time to let go of the past because it's never returning. Become based canon watcher like myself. Here, let me just take some of the things before I head off to work. I really gotta get going. So let me just show some more things that show the fact this was not canon. I mean, look at this. We knew George Lucas, and he signed off on each point. When he got a note that said, "Great job," but you can't wait to see it. At least to get through the approval process. Of course, once you make sure you wrote what you said you would, and it's up to their standards. Really, it was a painless process that was pretty much all creation. And I just felt lucky and grateful George Lucas signed off on it. Dave Overton, in an interview by Doug Cusland in 2000. 2000 on November 17, 2014 on the Force.net. I think this is talking about the Court of Eternity. I mean, what do you mean? I mean, George Lucas never read or talked about a single book ever. I mean, what are you guys on about? Absolute morons, if you ask me. I mean, look at this, guys, as well. Oh no, the Chewie question. Fair enough. I came on board the New Jedi Order project at the very last minute. I was working on Demon Wars for Del Rey at the time, and then a licensing deal from Lucas. They asked me to do the first book, and it was an honor. So I got all the information of the meta story, point A to B in the series going to Z, and cobbled together a detailed outline. I was in a conference call with Del Rey and Lucasfilm, and the editors expressed that they loved the outline. This is exactly what we want. But did anyone tell you? You have to kill Chewie. I won't type the next two words that came out of my mouth. After a couple days of arguments and, terror, they convinced me that they were doing it for the right reasons. And, George was down with it, and it's his galaxy far, far away, so I did it. The responses have been mixed, with some people loving the new direction, other people devastated. I think it might be the only thing I've ever regretted. I don't think I'd go back and do that one again. It's weird that they would force, R.A. Salvatore to, kill off Chewie. And that George Lucas was the one who said that was acceptable. I mean, I can't believe this. I mean, he was obviously just power hungry, about the money and stuff. He could care less about, the story of the expanded universe and everything. But, at the end of the day, we should never criticize George Lucas or, you know, deal with the fact that he is double down and not actually double down. He's just backtracked on everything he said because, if we don't consider what George thinks, because George has changed so much, but if the only viable form of canon is whatever George Lucas deems it to be, so then I I would have some issues because I mean George Lucas hasn't had to say on anything going on in Disney era. So, but I'm a great fan of Disney, and I will not look that deep into it because ultimately it doesn't matter to me. But um, that's pretty much it, guys. There's so much more I could say, but I mean, I think it's pretty clear from everything I've gathered that the EU was definitely not canon, obviously. But there's so much more to be said about the errors of Disney. All right, I can't do it anymore. I flipped up. I just messed up. Obviously, April Fools. If you didn't get that by the date, then I can't help you. But the EU is canon. The EU matters. Don't give up on it. Continue to fight. Continue to talk. Continue to love the expanding universe. Don't stop. Okay, it's not hopeless yet. Keep fighting for it. Okay. I just thought it'd be fun to list off some other things I didn't mention in my other April Fool's video about the Star Wars Expanded Universe being canon. So thank you all so much for watching. I know it was kind of just a random stream, but I wanted to do something for April Fools. Not exactly what I would have wanted to do, but I didn't really have time for anything else. So anyway, I gotta head off to work, but you all have a fantastic day. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I gotta get going. Thank you for coming to the stream for a second. I'm off to work, so have a good one, and long live the expanding universe. Bye-bye.